Hello, Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be diving into, pun actually not intended, but also kind of, that was funny. Anyways, we're going to be diving into the Ocean Tarot by Taylor Bryant. I am really excited about this, and I'm probably going to be doing, I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, it might already be in the description or whatever, but I'm going to be doing a side-by-side walkthrough of this Ocean Tarot with my Healing Waves Tarot as well. But before we do that, I want to get into this package, talk about what came with the deck, all that good stuff. So we're going to get into it. First off, when I opened my Kickstarter package, I found these goodies. So we got a really pretty postcard. I think this is the Magician card. It looks like it's going to be. So that's lovely. I'll set that aside. And then I think this is stickers. Let's take a look. It looks like it's going to be. It looks like one of mine is already loose. These look like they were like maybe die cut, like on something like a Cricut or something. Because I don't know what that is. Is that one of my stickers? Hold on. Get it out of there. Oh, it's like a little, it is one of the stickers, but it's a little pentacle. Little pentacle fell out. That's no big deal. Okay. So these are so pretty. Yeah, it looks like they've kind of punched through the whole sheet, but that's okay. It's no big deal. Flakies are the same way. Flaky stickers where they're already punched out like that, and then you just have to separate them. Either way, these are really cute. And what I might actually do is, because I keep my stickers in a, actually let me grab it. I keep my stickers, I keep my stickers in a notebook thingy that I got from Sticky Club. And I think this sheet is just a little, oh, actually it might fit. So I have, maybe I'll be able to stick it in the back. Yes, okay, so I'm going to stick these for now in the very back of my Sticky Club notebook thingy. But this is really cool because you get these like, all these like little pockets, sheets with pockets in them, and you can put your stickers. Anyway, I love that thing. But that is where I'm going to put the stickers for now. I don't know why I had to put them away, but I did apparently. Anyways, the deck itself came wrapped up in what looks to be a little cloth, so that's cute. And it's not one of those satiny, really super flimsy kind of cloths. It's actually really quite pretty. So that's nice. It's like a velvety kind of feeling fabric. It's not lined, but I can always ask Peggy to line it if I really care. But I actually think I might use this a little bit. I mean, you guys know that I am really spoiled with Peggy cloths. Like, look at the beautiful ocean one I'm using right now. But something like this is really handy, especially if I'm going somewhere out of doors, because it's got what feels like a, I don't want to say like a plasticky backing, but it actually feels like it might be kind of water resistant. At least like I could put this on like a, I feel like I could put that on a damp table and not worry about wrecking it. I think I will definitely make use of that, which is a lot saying coming from me, because you guys know I'm very particular, because I can be, because I'm spoiled. But this is actually pretty cute. So I'm just going to fold this one up and set it to the side. But it's nice that that was included. I don't usually purchase them, like select them as add-ons or anything, so that must have been a stretch goal or a perk of some kind. So that's super awesome. If it was a surprise, I've just kind of forgotten because it's been a while. But I will say the Kickstarter campaign for this deck, it's upside down. The Kickstarter campaign for this deck went really, really well. I don't remember ever feeling nervous, or I feel like the timeline was really good. This is so pretty. I think the timeline was really good. Now, Taylor has created two other decks. I think a dog one and a cat one, if I remember correctly. They're both black and white decks, but I love how classy this box looks. It just says Oceanum Arcanae. I thought it was just, yeah, the Ocean Tarot. Oceanum Arcanae. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. The Ocean Tarot. Really pretty, just blue, kind of watery backing here with this gold accenting. And then on the back, it says, created by Taylor Bryn Hultquist Todd. I thought it was Bryant, so I might have said that wrong. Apologies. 2021. So that's really nice. And then it's got the sun card, which with the sunfish on the background there. Really nice. Friction fit box, which I love. This is very similar to the kind of box you get from like Baba Studios. It's just, it opens, closes, it friction fits. There's no magnets or anything. That is good in the sense that it will be fully recyclable if you do recycle your boxes. I mean, heaven forbid I keep my boxes, but especially my deck-sized boxes. Lovely ribbon lift out. I love the yellow ribbon. It just stands out really nicely against all the blue. So that's really pretty. Set that up there. And then we have a little white book, which is text only, which is fine. We'll dip into that at the end. And our cards. So we are in a plastic sleeve. I love that things don't come shrink wrapped very much anymore. It makes my heart happy. Let's take a look at the backings of the cards. Those are really pretty. It's like all outlines. It's like blue with gold outlines of all these different animals, and then all these like bubbles, all these underwater animals and then bubbles. I love that. Really nice, smooth, shiny gold gilding. That will make it feel probably a little bit sharp to the touch, but it's not, it doesn't feel heavy. The cardstock itself is a matte cardstock. This is, I've got the word crispy in my head now because Holly did that spread, the spread deck that has the same kind of cardstock. This also reminds me of the cardstock of the Prairie Majesty Oracle. It's probably a UV matte coating. That's what I believe that is, but I'm just guessing based on how it feels. Not super crazy thick. This feels like it's probably like a 330, not a 350, which is nice because 330 is really shuffleable. It doesn't feel super like heavy, which is nice. So pretty standard thickness, I feel like. Okay, cardstock things aside, let's get zoomed in. Now I have noticed, oh, I was going to do a side-by-side. So actually let's talk about that before we get zoomed in because I do want to put them side by side. So here I have my, this is my Healing Waves Tarot. Now this was a limited run independent deck that unfortunately it was only a single run, and this was watercolor. The art style is going to be very different between these two decks, but the reason I want to do the flip through as a side-by-side is because I have talked a lot about the fact that if you missed out on the Healing Waves Tarot, because as far as I know it's not coming back, if you missed out on that deck, that the this Ocean Tarot should make a really lovely alternative. This one, I mean, they actually are probably very similar cardstocks. I think this one might be a liquid coating, whereas this one might be a laminate. No, that's not right. I don't know. Maybe this one is 350. I don't know. This one feels a little thinner than this one. But this could be 310 and this could be 330. Who knows? I have no idea. I don't remember. But the art styles, again, very, very, very different. So we're going to zoom in. But again, I know the Healing Waves is a pretty coveted deck because it's incredibly hard to find now, and even though it's fairly new. But the Ocean Tarot, I feel like, has a lot of similar vibes. Again, you can tell just by the coloration that one is, like, the Ocean Tarot is done in a much darker style, and I feel like is a little bit more, like, photorealistic. And I don't know the medium. I don't know if this was watercolor or something else, but definitely the watercolor for the Healing Waves was a little bit loose. And the watercolor here was done with ocean water. So, little facts to know. But they're both beautiful decks from what I can tell so far. We'll see. We'll go through, but there we go. So here we have the Fool. We have a clownfish over here and a diver here. I do think that the Healing Waves has more people in it. I don't think the Ocean Tarot has any people, which actually could be a really big benefit for some people. So here we have our Magician. I really want to know what everything is. I don't know if that'll make this video too long, but we'll see. We'll see. This one is Cuttlefish, the Shapeshifter of the Sea. Shapeshifters of the Sea, it says in the guidebook. And then we have the Anglerfish. This is really interesting because in the Healing Waves, I'm pretty sure the Anglerfish is the devil. I have to cheat. I'm sorry. I don't know how organized this is going to. Yeah, here's our Anglerfish in the Healing Waves Tarot. It's the devil card. Here, the Anglerfish is the High Priestess card, which is super interesting. But in both cases, it is a deep water fish, so that makes sense. It says here, Anglerfish. This is in the Ocean Tarot's guidebook. It says, anglerfish are a large group of fish so named for their bioluminescent lures, always present before their oversized, toothy maws. Really interesting. I'll be interested to hear more about why she chose that one, but it does, for me, it makes sense from the sense that it's a very deep water, so there's that mystery associated with it. We have a whale here. Similar choices here for our Empress and our Emperor, although here we have a blue whale. Here we have a humpback whale, if I'm correct. The Manatee for the Hierophant, and here we have a dolphin for the Hierophant, which I really like. They are societal creatures, so that kind of makes sense. I'm just curious what it says here about the Hierophant card. Known for being incredibly intelligent, some populations of bottlenose dolphins have been observed using tools and teaching their offspring the same skills. So there we go. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, well, I mean, clearly they had similar ideas for their lovers card with our seahorse pairs. Love that. Seahorses do make a really lovely lovers card, both for the fact that they go nose to nose making a heart like that, which is so classic. Here we have our Chariot card. I like that we have our Hermit card for the Chariot, or Hermit crab for the Chariot here. Here we have an actual charioteer and dolphins. Okay, what is this? It looks like a spider. It's a crab, right? Please tell me it's a crab. I don't want it to be a spider. Let's see. I love this strength card so much, but let's see. At up to 12 feet from claw to claw, the Japanese spider crab, yes, is one of the sea's largest arthropods. I'm sorry, did it say 12 feet? at up to 12 feet from claw to claw. Despite their size and creepy appearance, they're known for having a more gentle temperament. Okay, I'm sorry. There is a spider-looking undersea creature. Yes, it's a crab. That is 12 feet big. Nope. Just nope. But that's neat that they have that. They're big in size, but that they have the ability to be gentle. That's kind of a neat thing. So here you can see we have instead of the chariot, our hermit crab here is the hermit, which of course also makes sense. For this one in the hermit, we have a fish. I don't know what kind of fish that is. Let's see. Oh, I can't pronounce it. Oh, coelacanths. I know coelacanths from Animal Crossing. So that is a coelacanth, but what does it say about them? They were long thought extinct, and researchers were surprised when a living specimen was found in the 18th century. These giant fish spend their time gently drifting with currents. Oh, love that. Okay, here we have our Wheel of Fortune. Similar ideas here. I do prefer this wheel because it has it looks like it's an underwater like treasure, and it has the symbols on it that we're used to seeing on the Wheel of Fortune, as well as 4 creatures surrounding it, which to me is more of a nod to the Rider-Waite-Smith. The Wheel of Fortune in the Healing Waves is a little sparse for my taste. Here we have the Strength card. We have like a sea monster. Sea squid? Squid. That's a squid. That is a hammerhead shark. Does it tell us? Yes, it will, right? Oh, I just noticed. Okay, sorry. So this one has strength in position 11 and justice in position 8. So actually we'd really be comparing these 2 cards, right? Because justice to justice. And then, I didn't notice that before. I should have noticed that. And then strength and strength. Okay, there we go. So this particular strength card says, since humans have been capable of ocean travel, sea monsters such as the giant squid have popped into lore, capturing the human imagination and illustrating the ultimate conquest of our biggest fears. Love that. Here we have our Hanged Man. I think I might prefer this actually, which it's kind of grim because it's on the wall, but like also the idea of suspension and yeah, I don't know. I like them both. I really love both of these death cards. I have no complaints about either. I just think they're both really powerful in their own way. This one feels more active, obviously, and this one more passive, but they're still lovely. Okay, I really do think I prefer the manatee for temperance rather than, what was it here? We saw our manatee already, right? Didn't we? Did I make that up? Okay, well, I don't know where our manatee is. But there is a manatee also in the Healing Waves Tarot. But I love this. I love the fact that the manatee represents temperance. There's our anglerfish. And here we have, I don't know what that is. Oh, translated literally. Oh, wait. That's death. Hold on. Devil. When very agitated, the vampire squid can eject sticky bioluminescent mucus from the arm tips, forming a cloud of tiny orbs of blue light. This eerie light show can last up to 10 minutes, dazzling would-be predators and allowing the vampire squid to vanish back into the depths. That's super interesting. So it can actually basically trick people to get away. That's really interesting for the devil. Very similar tower cards here. Like, wow. Star card. I have to say, I far prefer the narwhal star card for many obvious reasons over this one, but also because the perspective of this is a little funny to me with the way that her tail is going into the water. I don't know why. It just feels a little off to me. Really beautiful moon cards in both cases. You can tell they're very different style. I feel like in a lot of ways this art has a lot of simplicity to it. This one has a lot more complexity to it. Not to say either is easier or harder, but they do have very different vibes. This feels, in a lot of ways, this feels very light and joyful. This one feels a little deeper, a little heavier, a little more balanced maybe energetically that way. Sunfish for the sun. They both have the sunfish. And Judgment. I really do like that this one leans away from people, I have to say. But I do miss the mermaids, because I do like the mermaids in the Ocean Tarot. Or, I mean, sorry, in the Healing Waves Tarot. Here we have a Gorgon, it looks like, for the World card, which I love. Again, more deeper, more full of depth. This is actually an extra card in the Healing Waves Tarot, the letter, which is like a message in a bottle. And here we have our Ace of Wands. Now, here in the Healing Waves, we go above the sea, and we go to sort of salamanders and sort of out of the water. But I like that in the Ocean Tarot it stays in the water, but here we have a wand being held by an octopus for the Ace of Wands, We have another of these squid-like creatures here. I'm not going to try to look up every single one. That's a really funky, oh, I forgot to switch. Let's go back. There's our 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands. This one doesn't feel as much like fire because, of course, it is underwater, but it is a water tarot. So it's interesting to see how this element is handled. Both of these have nods to the Rider-Waite-Smith, of course, throughout. I love these Japanese fighting fish, the bettas, or Siamese fighting fish. I can't remember what they're called, but these are bettas. I love them in the 5 of Wands. It's so perfect because, of course, they're very territorial. They compete for dominance, so that really works for the 5 of Wands. The 6. I gotta say, I love all the tentacles and the octopi and things for the 7 of Wands. 8 of Wands, very similar. 9 of Wands. Seems like squid are pretty much the primary creature in the wand suit over here. Whereas here we have the salamanders. Yep, different kinds of squid. I'm sure there's another word, cephalopod or something. Okay, and then we're into the quartz. We have our page. I love him, he's so cute. He's got a little hat. The knight, love that. That's a nautilus, I believe. I would say of the 2, I don't know, they have such different feels. It's kind of weird to, I love our Queen of Wands here. I love her so much. She's an axolotl, I believe. And then here we have our Queen of Wands. And then King of Wands. Okay, I really like that we have all these like squid and octopus type creatures through the suit here. I like that they feel cohesive that way. I will say I'm not as fond of how the cup suit turned out in the Healing Waves Tarot. I still love this deck, don't get me wrong. But the cup suit, some of the jellyfish, because they've got jellyfish throughout, feel a little, I don't know, not as decorative or not as fancy as I'd like them to be. So it'll be interesting to see what we have going on here. Oh, we have the axolotl and the Ace of Cups. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. Okay. And yeah, see, this one I really like, the 2 of Water. But here we have, I don't know, dory fish, angelfish, I forget what they're called. Angelfish? No, that's not right. Okay, I love these guys here. They're so great. They're like little otters, right? No, seals, seals, seals. Gosh darn it, I have to look now. I'm so bad at identification. Someday maybe I'll get better. We shall see. Let's see. 3 of Cups. Oh, the small population of about 1,400 individual animals is known to native Hawaiians as Iliaholoekauau, oh my gosh, or dog that runs in rough water. Conservation efforts are being made for this extremely endangered pinniped. Oh, I thought they were seals, but they're their own thing. They're native to the Hawaiian waters. That's really cool. The 4. I don't recognize that fish. The 5. Beautiful 6 in both cases. I always love narwhals, so this is the one I'm not as fond of. It just feels rushed somehow. I like the penguin here. The 8 of Cups. In both cases, we see someone swimming off. Very Rider-Waite-Smith in both cases, I feel like. The 9 of Cups. Okay, what am I looking at here? Looks like a white, I don't know what I'm looking at here. I see the row of cups behind, but I'm trying to figure out what's happening. I see some little fish. I'm just really curious what's happening there. At up to 23 feet across, the giant oceanic manta ray. Oh, it's a manta ray. Oh my gosh. It was just the perspective, but this, I will say there is some darkness in this card. I see the manta ray now. The white is on it, like it's been scarred almost. That's interesting. Oceanic manta ray sometimes visits a cleaning station on a coral reef where it adopts a near stationary position for several minutes, while cleaner fish consume bits of loose skin and external parasites. So it's being cleaned. I see. Okay, I see. And then the 10 of Cups. Okay. Then we have our Page of Water. I love this creature here. The Knight of Cups. That is the Man o' War on the left. Love this Queen of Water. Queen of Cups here. Here we do have like a merfolk situation happening. At least in the Queen. And almost like a sea dragon in the King. That's really interesting. And then we're into our swords. So again, here we go into sea birds. Here we're still underwater, I believe. Yeah. Ace. 2. 3. I like this better. This one feels a little out of place. 4. This great white shark is the 4 of swords. This just really works for me. 5. 6 of swords. Interesting. So the boat has shrunk and the sharks are dealing with the swords that have sunk. 7. Oh, it's all sharks through the swords. I'm a little slow on the uptake, guys. 8. 9. 10. Shark has gone by the wayside. The Page of Swords. Ooh, look at the Knight of Swords. That's awesome. The Queen. I do feel like sharks make a great symbol for sword suit. And the King. Okay, I really love the earthly suit in the Healing Waves Tarot because it's all turtles and pearls and I just love it. But let's go through it. So we have the Ace of Pentacles or the Ace of Earth. The 2 of Pentacles. The 3. It's almost like an underwater sunken version of the Rider-Waite-Smith. The 4. Here we're out of the water and we have a crab. Again, crabs with the 4, it just really works. The 5. 6. Oh, interesting. This is beautiful. 7. 8. Oops. 9. That's great. 10. Page. Knight. That is our orca, pretty sure. Queen. I love her. And King. Okay. Love it. I will say, so some things I've noticed right off the bat, it's really easy to see. These very much have this has a very bright, light, kind of playful vibe to it. It feels like it feels like a love note to the ocean because it's not just underwater creatures. It's like all aspects of the ocean. It's the crabs and the seabirds and the turtles and the sea creatures all combined. This one is very much the underwater vibe. I will say the artwork is very dark by comparison. That doesn't seem to be a problem for me. The only card that I had an issue with was that manta ray, which I really had trouble seeing clearly. And that was the 9 of Cups, which is one of my favorite cards. I just want to see it again and see if it jumps out at me still. Yeah, I feel like I'm seeing it better, but I do feel like the manta ray blends in with the background just a little bit too much. So it's almost kind of hard to see what I'm looking at first. I do really, really like this deck. I find that it's really a very different feel. Like energetically, it is a very different feel. Now, I did compare these two decks, and I still think if you're looking for a really beautiful ocean deck that isn't focused only on, like, say, mermaids and that sort of thing, I feel like this is a really good one to take a look at because it's really well done. It's very much focused on the undersea environment. It only goes out of the water like twice, I think. That one could still be, no, because those are fish. It's like at the bottom of the ocean. So that means that the only one that really came out of the water, as far as I know, is the 4 of Pentacles. It is such a beautiful, well done, beautifully drawn deck. I love the Queen of Pentacles a lot. It's gorgeous. I do love the clownfish for the Fool, especially with Finding Nemo and all of that in my brain. I really, really, really like it. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out. Let's give it a shuffle, and I'll put away the Healing Waves, and I'll kind of give you some of my final thoughts here. And we'll take a look at the guidebook too. So overall, let me shuffle it. Overall, I feel like if you're looking for like a workhorse style deck, something that's Rider-Waite-Smith based, an animal deck but under the sea, the under the sea version of an animal deck, so to speak, I feel like this one's really lovely. It's really well done. It remains to be seen if this can play in my collection alongside Healing Waves. I will say Healing Waves I tend to use specifically for work at my ocean altar. So it's kind of not available to me for regular readings and regular use. I would like to spend some time getting to know this deck and seeing if we can get along. I'm such a water baby that I really, really love the idea of an water-based or ocean-based animal deck. It does shuffle really lovely. It's that kind of matte cardstock that slides really nicely but isn't sticky or clumpy. which is really nice. You can see the cards come together really easily. They probably are going to, oh, they fan actually better than I was thinking. We'll do another one at the end. But let's take out a sample card. We'll take a look at the guidebook. I know I read from it a bit as we went through, but let's just take a look. So we have the Page of Cups, which is my significator. That's been happening. That happened on my last walkthrough I filmed too. That's pretty funny. So here's our Page of Cups. The guidebook is really simple, guys. It's just a text-based type font. Really, really simple. But I will say every single animal is referenced in the entry. And you get a short entry about the animal, and then you also get a set of keywords for both. I guess you just get keywords and then an interpretation suggestion. So let's take a look at the Page of Cups. So for this card, it says, a certain type of dragon sea monster is described in various mythologies, including one from sailors in the 1500s. A sea creature of 200 feet is described leaving Norway's caves on moonlit nights to feast on livestock. Keywords are grace, enjoyment of beauty, development, quiet, and meditation. Interpretation suggestions. Grace and beauty are right in front of you. It's a good time to quietly contemplate that beauty and enjoy it. You may learn some things that will help you develop your creative talents or other abilities. Okay, I like it. I think that's a simple guidebook. I think it'll work well. I'm going to pop that in the bottom of my box here because that's where I usually keep my guidebooks, like so. And let's give this a final fan across the table. Zoom out. So overall, I'm excited to work with this. We will see. I will probably have a lot more completed thoughts for you guys once I've actually worked with it a bit. It's hard to say because I do have another ocean deck. Oh, I've already picked out a Peggy bag for it too. I've already got another ocean deck that I do love, but I'm also enough of an ocean baby that I kind of feel like I would work with any ocean deck. So I don't feel all that terribly picky. But that, my friends, is the Ocean Tarot. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I walked through this beautiful, beautiful deck by Taylor Bryn. Hopefully I'll get her name right this time. And before I go, I have a very fun special announcement. Peggy has started a little blog on my website, and on that blog she is going to be sharing her thoughts on the decks that I review. So I will give you my thoughts from the experience of, or from the perspective of me as sort of somebody who's been working with tarot for a long time and gets really in depth with it. And Peggy, who self-describes herself as a perma-noob or a forever noob or a super noob, whatever version of noob she's calling herself these days, is going to also take a look at the decks that I review and give her thoughts on them. So I will have a link below to the accompanying blog post where you can read her noob review on this deck, and I will have that link down below so you can check it out. As always, thank you so much for watching, for hanging out with me. Thank you for spending your precious time here, and do remember to click the like button if you enjoyed this video or you found value in it. Subscribe if you're new here, and don't forget to click that little notification bell so you're notified of all my future videos. Thank you so much, and may your magic always shine from the inside out. Bye, guys!